Run it back, Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intro.
Run it back, Nation. What is good? Got a long day ahead of me. Wanted to get a quick video out. So pay attention. Stay tuned. All right. But hit the like button and subscribe and turn your notifications on. And if you missed last night's stream on PlaybackTV, what are you doing with your life? Go to playback.tv/runitbackphilly. Join the growing community. Let's get into it. Joel Embiid last night in 29 minutes. Embiid last night in 29 minutes had 38 points, 13 rebounds, 5 assists, and 4 blocks. That is the first time since 1982 that a player has had that stat line or better in under 30 minutes. Yes, Joel Embiid makes history once again. Adds another game, adds another stat line, adds another accolade to his list of stat lines that have never been done, of stat lines that haven't been done since the 80s, of stat lines that haven't been done since the 70s, of stat lines. Joel Embiid just continues to be a historic NBA player. And you need to cherish every minute of it. Because players like Joel Embiid come along once in a lifetime. Never forget, we went 11 years watching mid-basketball, and then we tanked for 3 years. Allen Iverson happened in the 2000s. There was an 11-year gap of not getting to watch a top-tier basketball player. Cherish it. The most impressive thing to me about 38, 13, 5, and 4 blocks in under 30 minutes is really the 13 rebounds and the 4 blocks, because it tells me 38 points is what it is. Joel Embiid's going to score 38 points against anybody in the NBA, because at this stage of his career, he is 100% unstoppable, especially against the freaking Charlotte Hornets. Let's be serious. 13 rebounds and 4 blocks tells me we are now getting playoff Embiid. And I was right when I was saying this throughout the season, Monday night games against the Hornets or the Detroit Pistons where Embiid would finish a game with 5 rebounds and the Sixers would go down to the wire. We kept saying they're playing down to competition. And I kept saying I think Joel Embiid is load managing in game, and I think he's load managing throughout the season while being on the floor. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, you could see the lack of effort in a lot of regular season games, and it's because Joel Embiid wants to get to the playoffs healthy, and that's all we want from Joel Embiid is finally a fully healthy playoff run with the right team around him. Right now, we are getting playoff Embiid. The effort is there from the time the jump ball happens. He's putting effort in rebounding every single possession. And he's putting effort in on defense every single possession, resulting in 4 blocks in under 29 minutes, like this one.
Take a look at it again.
Oh, Embiid is fucking angry. He's bullying people. This is bullying. Where's the anti-bullying people at?
Speaking of adios, he is.
I'm starting to feel bad for other players.
Also, the Philadelphia 76ers and Doc Rivers right now are proving me wrong. I want to admit that. The month of March is the month we were looking forward to. The month of March is the hardest NBA schedule in the NBA. The 76ers, the second half of the season, have the hardest NBA schedule in the NBA. They had the easiest schedule in the NBA the first half. And the way that they were playing down to competition and going down to the wire with trash teams and sometimes losing to trash teams and frustrating the hell out of me the whole season. I thought, and I'm just going to admit this because I was wrong, and I'm happy that I was wrong. I thought the Sixers were going to get exposed in the month of March. I thought that the Sixers' main weaknesses, their lack of rebounding, their being in the bottom of the NBA and rebounding, transition defense, defending the rim, the backup center position, all of these things, I thought these things were going to get exposed in the month of March. The 76ers, however, are 8-1 in the month of March. They have the best NBA record since James Harden returned from injury. They have the best NBA record in the month of March. They are 8-1 during the most difficult part of their schedule. So we've said the whole season, shut up! Shh! Shh! So we've said the whole season, the Sixers play down to competition and play up to competition, and that's still the case because their schedule gets more difficult and they get better. I do think that Joel Embiid, being by far and away the best player in the game right now, has covered up a lot of those deficiencies. I will say this too, and that's not a detriment, or that's not saying like, well, they still suck, but Joel Embiid's hiding something. Every team has holes, and every team's superstars play up and cover up those holes. Also, Doc Rivers finally, I'm not going to hold my breath, but finally accepting that Paul Reed is the backup center of the future has a lot to do with this. Paul Reed last night had 11 rebounds, 8 offensive rebounds in like 12 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it was. 15 minutes, I think. He had 8 offensive rebounds. He's a rebounding machine. And he's exactly what the Sixers needed at the backup center position. Dwayne Dedmon did come into the game in garbage time, and he looked good. He looked good. He had another little sky running hook. He had a block on the other end. He had some good rebounds. It scares me because I think that if Paul Reed makes a mistake in the playoffs, Doc Rivers will play Dwayne Dedmon. But I also don't think, after just seeing him for a couple of minutes, I don't think he's as bad as DeAndre Jordan was. I don't think he's nearly as bad at backup center as 6'7" Montrezl Harrell. I don't think he's as bad as Paul Millsap was. I don't think Dwayne Dedmon is a high-level backup center, but he might be serviceable. So DJ Eastwood might have been wrong about that one too. That would only be the second time in the history of ever that DJ Eastwood has been wrong twice about a specific topic. Last thing is, George Niang had a horrendous game last night. He was 0 for 6, 0 for 5 from three-point range. He even airballed a wide-open 3 at the either the end of a quarter buzzer or a shot clock buzzer. I don't know what's wrong with George Niang right now, but I do wonder what happened to Daniel House Jr. And my guy Pota in the playback stream said this, and it was on the money. He said Doc Rivers Doc Rivers loved Daniel House Jr. when we hated him, and he hates him when we love him. Daniel House Jr. was terrible in his short stints of minutes throughout the regular season, and Doc Rivers just kept playing him. And we kept saying, get Daniel House Jr. off the floor. He's terrible. And then Daniel House Jr. had a couple of good games in a row recently where he showed some athleticism that we were lacking. He showed some end-to-end transition game that we were lacking. He showed definitely the defense in the bench lineup that we were lacking. And Doc stopped playing him. So I don't really understand that one. I think the only thing that needs to change right here is when George Niang is shooting 0 for everything, we need more Daniel House Jr. And Doc needs to stick with Paul Reed at the backup center position. And the Sixers need to keep rolling. They are playing great right now. Glenn Rivers is coaching great right now. We'll see what happens in the playoffs. But we're getting closer to the 1 seed. The 1 seed is possible. And Joel Embiid is a front runner. And Joel Embiid is a front runner for MVP. Thank you guys for tuning in. I got a long day today. I won't see you on the stream tonight. We'll be back on Sunday for an exclusive stream on PlaybackTV. And for those people that keep hitting me up and saying, hey, why'd you move all your live streams to Playback? Why'd you alienate your YouTube viewers? Here's what I have to say to that. Playback pays me more money, and I got bills to pay. All you got to do is click the link and come over to the stream, bro. It's free. Peace.